Let's talk about something many of us have felt, but maybe couldn't quite put a name to: emotional manipulation. Today, we're going to break down the common tactics, the playbook, if you will. And more importantly, we are going to build your very own counter playbook. Let's get into it. It usually starts with this subtle nagging feeling. You can't put your finger on it, but you just know that in a certain relationship, something just feels off. And that feeling, that's a super common starting point. Seriously, think about it. You go into a conversation with a totally valid point, something that's bothering you, and somehow, by the end of it, you're the one apologizing. You walk away completely confused, maybe even doubting yourself. It's such a disorienting feeling, and it's a huge red flag. And let me tell you, that feeling, it takes a real toll. That constant second-guessing, walking on eggshells, it's not just frustrating, it is absolutely exhausting. If a relationship consistently leaves you feeling drained instead of filled up, it's time to look a little closer. Okay, so let's pull back the curtain on what's actually going on here. Because this isn't random, it's a pattern. There's a whole set of tactics that manipulators use. It really is like their own personal playbook. And understanding that playbook is the very first step to disarming it. So at its heart, emotional manipulation isn't about some big, obvious fight. Oh no, it's all about subtle control. They use these sneaky tactics like guilt or gaslighting. And the goal is always the same: to make you doubt yourself, to shift the power, and to get you to do what they want. This one. A true classic. This phrase is so clever because it ties your love for them directly to your obedience. It's not a request, it's an emotional ultimatum. All of a sudden, saying no isn't just you setting a boundary, it's proof that you don't love them enough. It's just control hiding behind a mask of affection. And here's another heavy hitter. This phrase is a masterclass in dismissal. It takes your completely valid emotional reaction to something they did and turns it into your personal flaw. The message is loud and clear. Your feelings are the problem, not their behavior. Classic gaslighting. This one is the sneaky cousin of "you're too sensitive." It's basically using humor as a weapon. They can say something that genuinely stings, and the second you react, they hide behind this shield of "it was just a joke." It makes you look like you have no sense of humor, and they get away with zero accountability. Okay, this one happens all the time. You try to express yourself, you say something like, "Hey, I feel kind of hurt when this happens," and somehow they hear, "You're a terrible person." They instantly flip it, play the victim, and now you're defending yourself instead of talking about the real issue. It's dizzying. So let's just run through some of the core tactics here. You've got guilt tripping, which uses past favors as a weapon. Then there's playing the victim, which is all about shifting blame. Gaslighting, of course, is a direct attack on your memory and your sanity. And isolation is especially dangerous because it tries to cut you off from your support system, making you even more reliant on them. All right, so we've seen the plays from the playbook, but why does this matter so much? Because these aren't just bad habits. Over time, emotional manipulation can cause some really deep and lasting psychological damage. Honestly, this is what it all boils down to. The whole point of the game is to erode your trust in yourself. A manipulator needs you to rely on their version of reality. So every little guilt trip, every gaslighting comment is just another tiny chip out of the foundation of your own confidence. And you can almost feel it happening in stages, right? First, you start to doubt your own memory. Wait, did that actually happen? Then you start to question your feelings. Maybe I am overreacting. And finally, that constant self-doubt just crushes your confidence, leaving you feeling totally lost. But here is the good news. You are not powerless here, not even close. Now that we understand their playbook, it's time to build yours. We're talking clear, simple, powerful phrases you can use to take back control and set some rock-solid boundaries. All right, here's a common play. They use this line to make you feel isolated and unreasonable. By bringing in these imaginary allies, everyone, they're trying to create social pressure to make you back down. And here's your counter. This is so powerful because you're not arguing with them, you're not debating who everyone is. You are simply and calmly stating that your own judgment is what counts. It just shuts the whole thing down. Game over. Okay, this one is pure gaslighting. It's a direct assault on your reality. They are literally trying to rewrite history right in front of you, all to make you question what you know is true. And again, the counter move is simple, but it is so effective. You're not starting a fight over who's right. You are just calmly stating your reality. It validates your own experience without escalating things. Where can they even go from there? Nowhere. And sometimes the most powerful response you have is just one little word: no. That's it. It's a complete sentence. It doesn't need an explanation. It doesn't need an apology. Manipulators want to argue you into exhaustion. A firm, simple no slams that door shut. So, what's the big picture here? What does all this add up to? It's all about reclaiming your reality. It's about you stopping being a pawn in their game and starting to be the author of your own story. Let's just wrap up with the key things to remember. Okay, so here's what to walk away with. First, just see these patterns for what they are: tactics. Second, set firm boundaries, and this is the hard part, stick to them. Third, and this is everything, trust your own gut, your own reality. Refuse to play their games. And finally, please never, ever forget this: you deserve relationships built on real respect. And that's the thought I really want to leave you with today. Take a second and really think about it. Because when you get crystal clear on what a healthy, respectful relationship actually looks and feels like for you, you create a standard that manipulation just can't live up to. Thanks for digging into this with me.